Do this, they said.
Good Alkebu-Lan commercial. Alkebu-Lan, the original name for Africa, not the European version of it. We're going to bring up the founder, the man who holds it down, the man who built the village from the east side on up and out, who's changed lives across the whole diaspora. We're going to bring up our Baba Marvis Kofi.
Son. Let's give this brother a big round of applause. Once again, my name is Baba Kofi. I'm proud, and let's say it loud. Abaragani! Abaragani! We are an adaptable people because it's cold. This is not our culture, but we got to be able to do what we have to do. We have to fight the power. Without further ado, I'm going to bring on the dynamic warriors. This is the first time we have a brother and sister who will be doing what we need to do to defend ourselves, protect ourselves, and make sure nobody come in and take from us. Without further ado, the dynamic duo bring on the warriors, the keep it up warriors, Germany Brown and Journey. Once again, we are at the Alkebu-Lan Village. We're located on the east side. I say east side, west side, but I always say God is on my side. So without further ado, we're going to make it short, but it'll be right on, and we're going to get on right off. Pagana? Inamba? Kitayari? The language we're going to speak is called Kiswahili, one of the many languages spoken on the continent. We believe we're an African people. We have to have our own culture, our own land, and our own language. Pagana? One more time. Inamba. Kitayari. What stance are we in? Ready to defend who?
Myself, my family, my community, my school.
Pagana Turaha. Fighting stand, fighting. Pagana Turaha. Fighting, getting the horse stands. Inja. Punch you once. Ma Mojin Gumi Kati. Inja. 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 Punching to Jew. Inja. 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 Punching low. Inja. 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 Put it together. Pagana Dura punching middle, high, low. Inja. Low. Inja. The sound that we make is called Inja. That's the power. That's where the spirit comes from. We have 5 belts in our system: white, orange, green, red, and black. It takes at least 3 to 4 years to become a black belt. Pagana. Idama. Step back, Robert Germany. Step up in Wanafuzi Journey. Journey is 8 years old. She's been training with us for about a year and a half. She's going to demonstrate one of the first imbos, which is a form fighting more than one opponent. Pagana, Idama, Kitayari, Inja. Takes a lot of concentration, a lot of dedication. This technique, this form has over 50 moves in it. She's one of our top competitors, one of the teachers. Each one reach one, each one teach one. We teach children, as a matter of fact, from the moon to the tomb. Our system, the Kibudo, the African way, the mental, moral, and martial. Kitayari. All right, say the babies. Matter of fact, most of our students are females. We believe that in order to protect our race, our first teacher are our parents. So they need to know how to defend themselves, protect themselves, and make sure they understand what fighting is all about, fighting the power. Next, we're going to have, Pagana, stop back. Next, we're going to have Germany Brown, who is a first-degree black belt. That is her brother. He's been training with us since he was 2.5. Pagana, he's going to demonstrate a black belt form. Inama? Kitayari. Answer. He's been training, as I said, for the last matter of fact, wow. He's only 16 years old, so he's been with us for 14.5 years. He's one of our top competitors. He's trained and, matter of fact, taught all over the country and competed all over the tournament. He and his father and his daughters are some of the best, I would say, competitors in the country. Takes a lot of dedication, a lot of concentration. Pagana, these are some of the basic techniques. Once again, we're located on Harper, 7701, 1 block west of Van Dyke. Now we're going to show you how techniques work. We're going to attempt to break a 1-inch board, never done ever down here in Campus Marshall by Journey. Come on up here, Journey. Hold this board, Journey. We need your undivided attention. She's going to attempt to break this board with the basic Ngumi Pendura. Pagana, Inama. Face each other. Watch, it's not just strength, it's technique and speed. She's going to get in her fight hand. Pagana to ride, fight his hand. Set it up. Switch sides. Hatua, switch sides. Ball defense, take your time. Bring your arm all the way back, your hand all the way back. Reverse punch. Loud and proud. See, that board is for real. Watch this, tighten up. One more time, tighten up. You can do it. Go through it, throw that body into it. Bring it up, put the hand down. Go through it. No, you hitting it. Back up, hammer fist, come on. Hammer fist, young. Put the board down, hammer fist. Don't tap it, pull it. German, hammer fist, this way. Break it down this way. Last time, when you don't do one thing, you try something else. Let's go. Bring that fist back, hammer, go all the way down. Tighten up. Tighten up, Journey. Last time, one more time. Lock that in. Come on, you can do it. Go all the way back from here. Oh, I told you to put your mind to it. Face forward. We are the African people. We do not stop. We do not stop. No, this is good. We're almost finished. Last, as you can see, if you don't do it the first time, second time, but you cannot stop. Name our form or name our technique. Ain't no stopping us now at this time. Wally move. Brown will attempt. Turn around. M. Cool, face me forward. Papa German, Inama. Kitayari. This is my grandson. This is my granddaughter. He's going to attempt to do something that's never been done again here in celebrating what we say is our understanding, our culture. We don't need anybody to tell us when we can do what we do. We do it because we're used to it. He's going to attempt to break. I always said he had a hard head, but I don't see how hard his head is. Without further ado, let me put this mic down. Is there somebody in here in the medical field in case something happens? We got somebody here, technician or something. Uh-oh. Can you see this thing? Stopper? Anybody else want to try this? I don't think so. Take your time.
Alkebu-Lan and martial arts warrior. So give a round of applause for him again. Thank you. It was good to see that that demonstration. That's a really hard head. I don't know if I could do that. So coming up next is someone that I hold very dear to me, but the city does as well. I'm going to be introducing Baba Jaman Jordan. Baba Jaman is named the first and official historian of Detroit. But long before he earned this title, he has been teaching and immersing youth and adult communities of Detroit within the city's rich history. I myself had the pleasure of working with Baba Jaman this summer. Being a part of the Alkebu-Lan Village, I had taken many of his tours. So many. Being a part of that Alkebu-Lan Village and being a youth member, taking those tours, I didn't realize how much learning that history really meant at the time. And so as I became an adult, I had a really full circle moment with him where I had to myself call upon him to come speak and teach our youth group at the Detroit branch NAACP. And he took them on a tour of the city, focusing on the NAACP history within Detroit. I am now honored to welcome Baba Jaman Jordan to the stage. Sorry about that, y'all. To teach us all the history of Kwanzaa.
Thank you, Leah. Maulana. Thank Councilman Scott Benson, wherever you are, wave your hand. All right, there he is. I want to thank my brother, Greg Mack, Baba Greg McKenzie. I want to thank all the great work they've done to create the largest Kinara in the world and in this program here in the city of Detroit. I want to thank Baba Marvis Cofield for all the work he's done to found, sustain, and grow Alkebu-Lan Village as they get near their 50th anniversary. Brother Cofield, the Cofield family, and my family, the Jordan family, go all the way back to Black Bottom and the Greater Rock of Ages Church of God in Christ. Where is Baba Cofield? Wave your hand. Baba Cofield. And Black Bottom symbolizes what we are honoring here today, which is Umoja, unity. To strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Umoja is the central principle of the Nguzo Saba and Kwanzaa, because Umoja, unity, is the most important principle. Since the Nguzo Saba and Kwanzaa are communal ideas, the other principles are meaningless unless there exists some level of unity. The first of the Mashuma Saba, the 7 candles to be lit on the Kinara, is the Umoja candle. It's the one we'll be lighting tonight, the unity candle. When Maulana Karenga founded US, the organization US, and then founded Kwanzaa and introduced it in 1966, he borrowed from many different African cultures, particularly their harvest festivals. He compiled these ideas from all of these different African cultures and their harvest festivals to create the 7-day celebration that we call Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is not a harvest celebration, but it borrows from the ideas of harvest celebrations all over the continent of Africa. In Yoruba philosophy, all humans have a Yanmo, manifest destiny, to become one in spirit with Olodumare, the divine creator and source of all energy. Each person in IE, the physical realm, uses thought or action energies to impact the community of all other living things, including the earth, and so to move towards destiny. As such, our destiny is in our hands. The Akan concept of Funtu Funufi, Dinkya Mufu Funefu, is expressed in the Adinkra symbol that is presented as 2 conjoined crocodiles. You've seen that symbol with the 2 conjoined crocodiles. The deeper meaning is unity in diversity. Although crocodiles would normally fend for themselves, these crocodiles must look out for one another because they share the same stomach. What's good for one has to be good for both of them. Kiswahili is the language mainly spoken on the east coast of Africa, especially in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and Sudan. South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia have introduced the Kiswahili language and teaching it to foster cooperation with other African people and nations. Kiswahili is the language of Kwanzaa. It was chosen by Dr. Maulana Karenga because, unlike many African languages, it was spoken by many different African people from different countries and was not tied only to a particular ethnic group. The very name Kwanzaa comes from a Kiswahili term, Matunda ya Kwanzaa, meaning first fruits or harvest. Habari gani is the greeting for Kwanzaa. It means, what's the news? Your reply should be the principle for that day. Habari gani. The name for the 7 principles together in Nguzo Saba, in each of the individual principles, are in Kiswahili. Kujichagulia, self-determination. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Ujamaa, cooperative economics. Nia, purpose. Kuumba, creativity. And Imani, faith. Harambe, pulled together, is the term used for events during Kwanzaa, where the family or community do some service or work together, feed the homeless, clean the neighborhood. Karmu is the word for feast and is used for the family or community meal that is eaten together on December 31st, the second to last day of Kwanzaa. From Tanzania, Mtu Umoja, ni uji muamama, watu wawili, o watatu ni unga, wa nafaki, nguma, iliyopikwa. I get that right, Baba Nzoma? I'm close enough. One person is thin porridge. 2 or 3 people are a handful of stiff cooked cornmeal. From Ethiopia, Yeshereti, Giri, Siwahide, Anabisi, Masiri, Yichilalu. When spider webs unite, they can tie up a lion. Here in America, we also practice Umoja. Here in Detroit, we practice Umoja. Mama Maisha Sullivan Ongoza, the artist who designed the 11-foot Kinara in Philadelphia, came here to Detroit and worked with the youth and the community at Alkebu-Lan Village to create their own Kinaras that they could take home and celebrate Kwanzaa with at their home. We have a long history of grassroots community organizations like Alkebu-Lan Village, reaching out to teach the community about African history and culture. The Shrine of the Black Madonna, the Republic of New Africa, Aisha Shule, Insurama Institute, Timbuktu Academy, Malcolm X Academy, Marcus Garvey Academy, the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History, and many others. This is Umoja in Detroit. Now we have the Detroit People's Food Co-op, a Black-led, cooperative grocery store in the North End neighborhood of the city of Detroit. Above the store, the Mama Imani Banquet Hall. This is where the Kwanzaa celebrations are taking place every day of Kwanzaa. This is due to the hard work of the Detroit Black Community Food Security Sovereignty Network. Big ups to all of those that are part of DBCFSN, especially Baba Malik Yakini. And I also want to say, before I was the official historian of the city of Detroit, before I was teaching at the University of Michigan, before I started Black Scroll Network History and Tours, I worked for a decade at Insurama Institute Public School Academy. And Baba Malik, co-founder of Insurama, opened the doors of Black Star Bookstore for me to deliver history lectures. Nobody knew me. I wasn't a well-known historian in Detroit, but Baba Malik was practicing Umoja and brought me in as if I was a renowned scholar. And that's a major reason why I am where I am today. That's Umoja in Detroit. But just as we have the co-op, there was another co-op decades ago. This co-op was called the Burberry Co-op, and it was operated by a family. The foundation of the co-op was a grocery store, the Booker T. Washington grocery store on St. Antoine and Farnsworth, founded just after World War II in the 1940s. It was owned by Barry Gordy Sr. and Bertha Gordy. They had 8 children, and they, as well as all of their adult children, had to contribute to the funds of the Burberry Co-op. From the funds of the co-op. In 1959, one of the family members, Barry Gordy Jr., borrowed $800 from that co-op, and he started Tamla Records, which you know became Motown Records. And the reason you know Diana Ross, the Supremes, Lionel Richie, the Commodores, the Temptations, David Ruffin, Smokey Robinson, the Miracles, the Four Tops, Stevie Wonder, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, and Marvin Gaye is because of a co-op and a grocery store. That's unity in the family. That's Umoja in Detroit. In the 1930s, the Detroit Symphony Orchestra Hall got into financial trouble. It was the Great Depression. You know that orchestra music does not sell records or does not sell tickets like Beyonce. The reason you have orchestra, classical music, opera, the reason you have places that do that is because rich people like that music and they donate to those places. Not because they sell so many tickets, but rich people donate. But during the Great Depression, they stopped donating. And so the orchestra hall went under. It got in financial trouble. In 1941, the city foreclosed on the orchestra hall and planned to demolish it. Black businessmen came together and bought the building. They didn't lose their money in the stock market when it fell because their money wasn't in the banks. Their money was in numbers. Y'all know what numbers are. Now, they couldn't own the building publicly because black people couldn't own buildings fronting Woodward in the 1940s. So they partnered with two Jewish theater owners, Ben and Lou Cohen, and Orchestra Hall became the Paradise Theater. From 1941 to 1951, Louis Armstrong, Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Ella Fitzgerald, Cab Calloway, Sarah Vaughan, Billie Holiday, Dinah Washington, and many others performed on that stage. And they saved Orchestra Hall the first time it was in danger. That's Umoja in Detroit. Two people 100 yards away from here, two people escaped from slavery in Kentucky, Thornton and Lucy Blackburn. They were in love, and she had been sold into the South. She had been sold down the river. And before she could be taken down to New Orleans, they escaped here to the city of Detroit. Slave catchers came to capture them and put them in the jail 100 yards away, about 200 yards away from where we're standing right now. That was where the old jail was. You know that Detroit used to always have a jail on Gratiot. We don't have one on Gratiot now. But the first one on Gratiot was the one I'm talking about. They're going to be held there until a boat comes up the Detroit River, taking them down to Ohio and wagging them back to Kentucky. But a group of people is going to have a meeting at the home of Benjamin Willoughby. This is Umoja in Detroit. These black people saying, we're not letting them take our friends back to slavery. And they come up with a plan to free Thornton and Lucy Blackburn. Caroline French and Tabitha Lightfoot, these two young women who are leaders. Every time that black people have made progress, women have been at the forefront of that progress. These two young black women came to visit Thornton and Lucy Blackburn, and Caroline French switched clothes with Lucy Blackburn inside of the jail cell while the sheriff wasn't paying attention. So Tabitha Lightfoot walks out with Lucy Blackburn wearing Caroline French's clothes. They put her on the boat. She crossed over to Canada, and she's free. The sheriff don't know the difference because all these women look alike to him. The next morning, Caroline French reveals who she is and says, you got to let me go. And they like, hey, you switched? Well, you really going to switch because we're going to sell you to make up with what we lost with her. And Caroline French said, I'm from Detroit. Plus, I'm from the East Side. That's not going to happen. And when they walk out of that jail cell, there's 400 people outside with bricks, sticks, knives, tree branches. The Detroit Free Press said some of them had swords, and of course, some of them had pistols. And they let Caroline French go. That crowd will attack the sheriff. The sheriff won't make it out that night. And they will get Thornton, put him on the wagon, take him over to Canada, get him back with his wife, and they both are free. You can clap for their freedom. The group of people who freed Thornton and Lucy Blackburn will be the founders of Second Baptist Church, the oldest black church in the state of Michigan, stationed on the Underground Railroad, the first school for black people in the whole city of Detroit. So you see, that's Umoja. That's unity right here in Detroit. In Umoja, unity is not as narrow as a few particular cultures found on our mother continent. It is the sum total of the most productive ideas and practices of our people, the summum bonum. There are many African people who follow the path of the Orisha in Yoruba spirituality. There are also African people who are Muslim, like Malcolm X. There are other African people who practice the spiritual order of Anyami and Sheshe, the divine order of the Akan people. There are also African Christians, like me, who follow the teachings of the Lord Jesus Christ, the Son of God and Messiah. There are gifted African musicians, you heard some of them today, who can touch your spirit with their playing of the djembe and doom. There are other black artists who can lift your soul with the saxophone. But it's Umoja, unity, that brings us all together to move forward. From Nigeria to New York, from the NAACP to the Nation of Islam, from DC to Detroit, we need to accept the fact that black people need Umoja, unity and organization, to move forward to liberation from oppression. Thank you for listening.
Habari Gani, everyone. I am Tanika Griggs, the Deputy Director of the City of Detroit Civil Rights, Inclusion, and Opportunity Department, which we also call CREO. CREO is honored to once again support this important celebration and proud to have helped bring the world's largest Kwanzaa Kinara to life. CREO and the entire city of Detroit stand in continued support of the Motor City Kwanzaa Kinara's presence as a cultural symbol of our heritage, our resilience, and our pride, a legacy we must continue to honor and celebrate. At CREO, Kwanzaa's principles are our calls to action. They inspire our commitment to protecting civil rights, promoting equity, and ensuring inclusion and access in all we do, from projects to programs. May these principles continue to inspire us to celebrate our culture and strengthen our bonds as a community. And always remember, CREO is here for you. Whether you need guidance, resources, or a helping hand, we are proud to stand with you every step of the way. Again, thank you and happy Kwanzaa.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. I'm David Cowan of the Downtown Detroit Partnership, and welcome to Campus Martius Park. Personally, and on behalf of the Downtown Detroit Partnership, we could not be happier to partner on the third year of the Detroit Kwanzaa Celebration. DDP has been a partner since the very beginning of this incredible tradition, and we could not be prouder of our city, of our park, and now, once again, beautifully appointed with the world's tallest Kwanzaa Kinara. Thank you to Alkebu-Lan Village, Marvis, Greg, an amazing friend and get it done type of guy. Can't thank you enough. Thank you, Councilman Scott Benson, for your leadership. Thank you to the Downtown Development Authority and the entire team there for their incredible support. Thank you to the City of Detroit, Jamon, Jordan. That was a great history of Kwanzaa. Thank you, CREO, so many wonderful individuals at the city. Lisa Parham for your work, wherever you are, Lisa. And of course, thank you to the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History, Yolanda, incredible team there. Just a few more thank yous. Dan Newman at the team at AV7 Productions. Of course, NKSK Events and Gia Kai for everything in life. You'll know what I mean just by that. And I'll leave it there because she knows. And so lastly, want to thank amazing sponsors this year: Amazon, the Pistons, McDonald's, and so many others who have supported the Kinara lighting. I'm sure I forgot some, but Million Man, Alumni Association, the Michigan Carpenters of African Descent, and of course, the Michigan Regional Council of Carpenters as well. So thank you all. Have a great night. Enjoy this festive season, all about unity. Thank you again.
Good evening, everyone. Habari Gani. That's right. My name is Councilman Scott Benson, and it is an honor and a privilege to be with you this evening and be part of this fantastic experience and the celebration of African American culture. On behalf of the City of Detroit and the Motor City Kwanzaa Kinara Committee, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you. We are gathered here this evening to celebrate the first day of Kwanzaa by lighting the world's largest Kwanzaa Kinara. Kwanzaa holds a profound significance within the Detroit community, serving as a time for reflection, celebration, and a reaffirmation of our African heritage. The principles of Kwanzaa, Umoja, Kujichagulia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kumba, and Imani resonate deeply with the values of resilience, community, and cultural pride that define Detroit, as well as grit. Hosting the world's tallest Kwanzaa Kinara not only serves as a breathtaking visual spectacle, but also elevates the celebration of Kwanzaa on a global stage. It underscores Detroit's commitment to its rich cultural heritage and showcases the city as a vibrant hub of African American culture and creativity. We are incredibly grateful to our generous sponsors who have made this event possible. Their support ensures that the spirit of Kwanzaa can be shared with the entire Southeast Michigan community.
And then once again, we extend our sincere thanks to Alkebu-Lan Village. Where is the village? That's right. The Downtown Detroit Partnership, the Downtown Development Authority, also known as the DEGC, the City of Detroit and the General Services Department. My staff, where are they? Don't be shy. Amazon, Detroit Pistons, the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History, the Michigan Regional Council of Carpenters and Millwrights, the Greening of Detroit, the Million Man Alumni Association, McDonald's, NKSK. Where's NKSK? There we go. Sweet Potato Sensations, Hot Sam's, and many others. In addition, we invite you to please join us for the Motor City Kwanzaa Kinara lighting at Campus Marshes immediately following the conclusion of this ceremony. Thank you all for coming this evening.
Peace, family. Peace, family. When I say we are, you say able. We are. We are. When I say we are, you say able. We are. We are to achieve, to succeed, and to break the chains. Let's give another hand to Baba Jaman for those words. We want to thank Baba G-Mac, Greg McKenzie. We're about to go and light the first candle of Umoja. Before we go over there, we want to let you know two things, and we're going to do Harambe 7 times, and we're going to clap 10 times and walk over together. One, at the Mama Imani Humphrey room at the Detroit People's Food Co-op. Immediately following the lighting of the candle, there will be a more intimate and warmer Kwanzaa situation going on. So you are all invited and welcome to go up there to the upstairs Mama Imani Humphrey of the Detroit People's Food Co-op on the Woodward. So go ahead and type that in, put it in your navigation and your notes. Secondly, we just hope that you, we want to thank everybody who came out this evening and stuck it through the cold. Remember, the power is inside of you. And remember that it's 7 days of Kwanzaa, and you have to use it as a tool to transform your everyday 365 life and lifestyle.
So just to follow up with that, I'm going to be leading everyone through Harambe. I'm hoping that all of you guys are familiar with Harambe, but if you aren't, don't worry, I'm going to walk us through it. So in the essence of Umoja and unity and in unison, we're all going to go ahead and do Harambe. Harambe translates to pull together. So what I'm going to have us all do is put our right hand over our heart, put our left hand in the air, reaching for the sky, and we're going to pull down 7 times. 7 times is going to be for the principle of Kwanzaa. 7 times is also the number of completion, and we're pulling that energy down. So we're going to do that. Pull down 7 times, hold that last one in real close with intention, right? And then we're going to clap 10 times, all right? Y'all ready? Okay. Harambe, Harambe, Harambe,
Who designed
Harambe,
this? Who can tell
Harambe,
y'all
Harambe,
NBA
Harambe.
players? He's one of a very small few, but look at what we were able to do, y'all.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you guys. Thank you for closing out that energy with us. So we're just gonna head over to the Kinara.
Yeah.
Happy Kwanzaa, y'all.
Turned into new Kwanzaa Kinara letters for the history of this whole thing and what this is all about. You know, the Kinara is to Kwanzaa what the Christmas tree is to Christmas. It's the central icon that anchors the entire celebration, and it holds the 7 candles that represent the 7 principles of the celebration. So Kwanzaa, for me, is a self-improvement movement type of thing. For the creator of Kwanzaa, Dr. Maulana Karenga, the idea is to celebrate family, community, and culture. And the first, as we go family, then community, then culture, the circles get bigger and bigger and bigger. I take it one circle smaller and start with myself, because these 7 principles are a recipe for transforming your life over and over and over again. That's why it happens at the end of the year. And it's put in a 7-day platform. So when you get to the 1st of January, you can run those 7 all over again and do Kwanzaa 365 days. Oh, you thought I was going to fall off? I felt it. I'm an MC. I'll be on stage. Anyway, all right, so that's enough for me about what this is all about. We're going to get ready to light it up in a minute. But before we do that, I want y'all to hear a little bit from Brian Cook of Develop Architecture.
Thank you. Thank you. This is so beautiful to be a part of this. I appreciate Alkebu-Lan Village for calling me to help them design this and put this together. It's so amazing for everybody to come out here and see what we can do when we put our minds to do. No one's ever done this before, and we figured out a way to do it. And this is the 3rd year we're out here doing it. So I'm so happy. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's get to this. You want to have some remarks?
Abaragani! 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 City Council member Scott Benson said 3 years ago, Brother Cofield, we want to have the largest, tallest Kinara in the world. You think we could do that? I said, are you asking me a question like that and we build the pyramid? I said, certainly we could do it. So on behalf of our ancestors, remember, it's not a me, but it's a we. We couldn't do it without you. And I always tell us, we have to take one brick, one building, one block, and rebuild our community. But we can't do it without us. So once again, Ubaragani, Abaragani, Abaragani, let's get it done.
Yeah.
All right, so let's count this thing down. We got a magic trick that we're going to do right here now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Umoja! It's official. First day of Kwanzaa, y'all. So we thank you for joining us. We want to invite everybody to the community Kwanzaa gathering that's happening at the Detroit People's Food Co-op upstairs in the Mama Imani Humphrey Banquet Hall. There's 8324 Woodward Avenue, right down the street, 5 minutes. 8324 Woodward Avenue. All 7 days, Kwanzaa will be celebrated there, and we're going down there tonight, and we got some food there too. So in case you haven't eaten, you might want to get on down there and join us. Councilmember Benson, one of our partners, let's hear it from him.
All right, just want to say thank you to everybody who came out today. Habarigani! That's right, Detroit. This is a huge celebration. We are on the map worldwide as the centerpiece of culture for the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan and the world's tallest Kwanzaa Kinara. Let's make that happen.
We also have Brother Kojo Lee here from Family First Solar. This is our electrical engineer, solar designer. Next year, we got something special for y'all. Kojo, you want to say something to him?
Habarigani. Thank y'all for coming out. You know, we got to make sure we always keep solar and renewable energy at the forefront of what we're doing. As we know, we got the babies out here, and they're going to inherit whatever we give them. So we got to give them something great. So think about it. Family First Solar, you can find us on social media. I'm going over to the People's Co-op. You want to talk about solar, anything later? I'm here for you. Thank you. Close them out.
Close it out, man.
All right. I also wanted to get some remarks from our team that helps us put this up every year. Make some noise if y'all think this is a beautiful structure. Brian Cook built this thing on paper. Stephen Mason built this thing with his hands. Let's hear from the carpenter who put the Motor City Kwanzaa Kinara together in the warehouse 3 years ago. Come talk to us. Every year he come help us touch it up.
Thank you, Brother Greg. Brother Greg, appreciate that. Abaragani. Black Power. This is a beautiful thing. I'm glad we was able to do this 3rd annual lighting, 3rd annual build.
and hopefully next year we'll build it even better, maybe even bigger. So join us for some food. Enjoy the night, stay warm, and remember, build your communities. Let these entertainers go. Let these jobs go. If you could get self-employed, if you could go ahead on and do something for your community and be good at it, do it. I'm proud to build this. I'm proud to be working for you guys, and let's keep it moving. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And last but not least, we got the architect, we got the carpenter. These are the guys who build it, assemble it. So the carpenter built it so that it can be put together in pieces, in stages. There's a team that assembles this every year. We store it in the warehouse. They ship it, pack it, bring it here, unpack it, assemble it, disassemble it, pack it, take it back to the warehouse until next year. Mack and Smith, let's make some noise for them and let's hear from these brothers.
Mack and Smith just really happy to be able to do this in association with Alkebu-Lan Village. It's truly a show of Black excellence. So do me a solid, y'all. Make some more noise. Blessings to everybody.
All right. In the words of Russell Simmons, thank you. God bless you. Good night. Oh, I do have one last remark to make. Before we get into taking pictures on the Kinara and all of that, audio visual team Detroit is different, who's handling the streaming and the audio for us this evening under the leadership